and I am here to review Sonic Universe issue, if I can move it, 14, which is Journey to the East Part 2. And basically we have Sonic and the gang, Sonic, Sally, Khan, and Tails meeting up with the Yang Yu clan, the Bat clan, if you will. And what's interesting about this is the leader of the Yang Yu clan, the regional boss, if you will only meet and talk with Sally and Monkey Khan, because he doesn't like the presence of Sonic being there when he's discussing business, nor does he want to discuss politics, if you will, with kids, in this case Tails. And Tails, when the regional boss, the leader of the Yang Yu clan, says this, Tails is very offended. I mean, he just starts shouting out the fact that he has done more than, this guy's ever going to know about. That he's fought Mammoth Mogul, that he's built the Tornado twice, that he has fought SWATbots, that he has gone on adventures he couldn't, this guy couldn't imagine. And Sonic basically is telling Tails, hey, chill out, man. Don't let this low life get to you. Don't get so hung up on it. Basically saying, don't get so hung up on what this low life is saying. And Tails' response is, I just want to prove that I am more than just a freedom fighter, on this team. And wouldn't you know it, just as soon as Sonic mentions to Tails, or suggests to Tails, don't get so hung up on this low life, guess who appears? Well, I'll give you a hint. She's a fox. That's right. Fiona Fox appears by kind of putting in her 2 cents and saying, I don't know, Blue. He's still hung up on this lowlife, basically mentioning the fact that Tails still kind of has a thing for her. And basically what happens is, in Sonic, when they see her, he's like, well, I've been wondering what rock you be clawing back out from under, and basically asking her what she's been up to, where she's been, and since the whole Suppression Squad deal. And she says she's kept busy. She's been doing things, and they want to know what she's been up to, especially in the Dragon Kingdom. And she says, hey, if you guys catch me, in other words, she says, if you chase me, in other words, if you play cat and mouse with me and catch me, I will tell you everything. So basically we have ourselves a little, I guess you could say, cat and mouse or hedgehog and fox chase through the wood, through the bamboo, if you will. And Sonic is kind of complaining at the fact that he can't really pick up speed because the forest is so thick. But Fiona says, hey, that's too bad. I'm doing just fine. All you guys have to do is be flexible. And while she says this, she kind of lets one of the trees whack right into Tails' face and then whacks right into Sonic's face. And as soon as it whacks into Sonic's face, he's like, that's it. He's pissed. And wouldn't you know it, it leads right into a trap set by the Destructives. And get this, after they unleash the trap, if you will, or whatever, Fiona basically says, and this even goes till the end of the comic, that now that we have your attention, we have some things we need to discuss. Now, what do they want to discuss? We don't know. I mean, you could speculate what Fiona and the Destructives want to discuss. Why would they need to basically attack Sonic, ambush him, if you will, and then want to discuss something in the end? I mean, what's the point of that? But while this is happening, while this is happening, Ken Khan, or Monkey Khan, and Sally are talking with the leader of the Yang Yu Bat Clan, if you will, and it looks like they've been basically tricked into a trap as well, but they're able to talk their way out of it. And what we find out is the Yang Yu clan doesn't want to have to go back to being part of, following the orders of some bride, because that bride basically, I guess in his own words, and you can read this for yourself if you want to, if you get a copy, basically the leader right now, the regional boss, is saying that the bride of the clan basically weakened them to where they were doing like petty thefts and all that to keep the traditional treasury going. Anyway, what happens is that, believe it or not, Monkey Khan comes up with a compromise. I mean, Sally's trying her best to say, hey, look, you guys, if you do this and do that, you'll be fine. But the regional boss of the Yang Yu clan, the Bat clan, is still refusing the idea of separating themselves from the Iron Queen until, like I said, believe it or not, Monkey Khan comes up with a solution. He says, basically, if you agree to break away, you can go back to the old ways that you talk about, that you favor, that you envy, that you wish to have once again, and everything will be fine. And at first, the regional boss is a little skeptical about this, thinking, why would this guy, this so-called king, let us go back to our old ways? Hey, wouldn't that leave them open to attack from the other clans? Wouldn't that leave them open to attack from him? And he basically says, no. He says, hey, look, I'll be too busy taking care of the other clans here in the Dragon Kingdom. I won't have time to basically stick my head in and see what's going on with you guys. So the regional boss then says, sounds like a... And then the regional boss says, basically asks Ken or Monkey Khan, do I have your word on this, your word of honor? And he says, yes, I have you have my word of honor that if you go back, you dismiss the Iron Dominion, you dismiss the Iron Queen, and go, not only will you be allowed to go back to the old ways that you long for, but nothing will come about. There will be no stabbing in the back, there will be no attacking your clans, nothing. You'll be able to do what you want when you want to do it. So the regional boss basically says, fine, then I give you my word of honor, we will, end this nonsense once and for all with the Iron Queen, the Iron Domain. Now, why would now you might ask yourself, why would Monkey Kong allow a band of thieves, if you will, to be free? Well, according to what Monkey Kong tells Sally, he tells Sally, because she's asking the same things, if it was a good idea to go that route. Monkey Kong is telling Sally, well, this is the way it's going to be. This is the way I look at it. This is the way I figure it out. One third of the clan is going to want to go back to the old ways, like the regional boss wants. The other third the second part of that third will want to stay with the Iron Queen, or want to stay in the laps of luxury that the Iron Queen has provided. And the other will basically want to sell off what they can for scraps and for whatever they can. Basically want to make a profit from whatever else is left over. Basically what Monkey Kong is saying, that with this agreement, all the Yang Yu clan is going to do is basically fight each other over, what is a better option of living, to the point that they will be so busy doing that, they won't have no time to deal with the other clans, or even bother the other clans. So, Anyway, after that, and they kind of have a little bit of a chuckle. There is something that a fan on the Mobius forum talked about, saying that there was a sweet, super tender moment between Sally and Khan, and they wouldn't go into details. Well, I'll tell you what that sweet and tender moment was. It's not what you think it is, if you read those spoilers on the Mobius forums. No. What it is, he only kisses her hand. That's it. Yes, they still hold hands, they're still flirting with each other and all that, but they just, he just kissed her on the hand. That's it. And then in the end, they basically as they're looking for the Sonic and Tails, they run into the fact that Sonic and Tails are cornered by the Destructives. And that will lead us into the next issue. Overall, it is a good issue. I suggest you go and read it. And that's all I'm going to say for now, and I'll talk to you